space. It's all about personal comfort zone or space. Rupesh Garu, shall we start the session? Ali? We have Madhavi Garu online. It's all about personal comfort zone or space.
Yes, please. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. So, today's host is Vishnu.
Rupesh Garu, shall we start the session? Ali? We have Madhavi Garu online.
Yeah, Vishnu, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes. I think there's some lag.
Yeah, you can start. Welcome, everyone.
So will you be running the slideshow, Andy?
Yeah, I'll be running it.
All right. So we can go to the second slide.
Okay.
So as you can see, reproduction has always been a purpose and the only route for evolution. Right from a single-celled organism to the most complex humans, what we can see today, reproduction was the route for us to evolve. So that's how everything in the world has started, and that's how there are so many animals, there's so many plants all around us. Can we go to the next slide, please? But once it have come to the humans, we were able to distinguish between sex and reproduction because we have come up with an innovation called contraceptive. And humans are the only species across all the mammals who have decided that we have reproduced more than enough today. And we don't need to produce any more of our kind. We are 7 billion of a population around the world. That is the highest of any other species known to the humankind. So we came up with this innovation called contraceptive. And after that, we are able to clearly distinguish, draw a line between sex and reproduction. Next slide, please. And in the modern day lifestyle, we are working constantly and we're striving towards career developments, because of which initially in the ancient days, marriages were quite early, as soon as 13, 14 years, or as soon as menarche began for the woman. But in current situation, we are ahead. We are progressing towards careers, and marriages are being done at late 20s or early 30s, most commonly in our country. Also, since development of a country is on a good pace, we have a financial stability. Previously, sexuality was a luxury. Not everyone could have it. And today it's more accessible. And since we are all in a very stressful life, this is being turned as more of a necessity in the current scenario. Next slide, please. So we came up to search for an alternative, which is what our topic is for today. Other alternatives are casual sex, prostitution, sex toys, and masturbation. But our topic for today will be focusing upon online intimacy. And hereby, I'll be introducing our panel. Can we have a next slide, please? So P. Madhavi Garu, she's currently a practicing advocate, and she's a gold medalist from Osmania University. Also, she's doing her master's in cybercrimes. Rupesh Mittal Garu, cybercrime consultant and also founder of Cyber Jagriti NGO. I myself, Vishnu Bharadwaj, I finished my MBBS, currently doing my internship. And I'm founder of Bleed with Pride NGO, where we're working upon menstrual hygiene, menstrual health. And also I'm a certified trainer on comprehensive sexual education. With this, I'll be opening the discussion upon main agenda of today. Can we have the next slide, please? So before we go to the important thing, we have some guidelines for the panelists. Are all the panelists online?
Yes, Vishnu.
Yeah. Can you unmute Madhavi Garu also, please?
Yeah.
Her mic is on mute. Yeah. So Madhavi Garu, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
So guidelines for the panelists are: we should not be using our personal biases in the session today. and we should and must have a non-judgmental nature towards any question that an audience, one of our audience will be asking us.
Okay. Yeah.
And third one is we should also respect their right of choice. We are here to give a proper information and make them aware about the possible risks in this scenario.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
And whatever their choices, we are here to respect it. And
Yes.
we're going to be non-judgmental. So once we make this pledge, we can start the session.
Yeah.
Are we on the same page, all the three of us?
Yes.
Great. Can we have the next slide, please, then?
Yeah.
So the first agenda of today's discussion, porn and its effects. Can we have the next slide?
Yeah.
So here we have three main effects of porn psychologically. So this is the main source of sex education in our country.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is a pathetic scenario, but in our country, we do not receive any formal sex education. Though even simple topics upon menstruation are being ignored by teachers, the class is skipped. That question is left as a choice in the board exams. Because of which, natural curiosity towards reproduction is always there in the young individual. And they turn towards the online resource. So often they fail to understand it's a very unrealistic scenario what you see in a pornographic video is. And you can see that most of the things are happening in the production. I mean, it's a movie industry. They're using implants, they're using Botox-based implants, and because of which the camera cinematographic techniques, everything to make penises look larger, breasts look bigger. They're using cameras, things, and it's being edited. It's not being shot in a single day. But as once you're looking at that video, you think that, okay, this is all happening in a very natural process, which is not. So this is creating an unrealistic expectation in your mind and creates a low self-esteem. And another problem on the psychology of a person is masturbation addiction. So as we discussed previously, a lot of individuals do not get to have sex until the late 20s because in India we still have a conservative mindset and we do not engage into active sexual life uh, before marriage in most scenarios. So masturbation addiction also becomes a problem. Madhavi Garu, can you give us some insights about the legal protection what a person can have from voyeurism and revenge porn?
Like before that, I can say coming to the cyber stacking, because we see most of the cases in cyber stacking. I can say it nowadays, outraging the modesty. This all comes under cyber stacking. It will attract with the IPC sections. Simply staring at a woman for 40 seconds, it is also an offense. If a girl gives and complains that he's simply staring at me at 40 seconds, that itself will take as a cyber stacking, and the complaint will be registered under outraging the modesty. It will attract section 354 of IPC, which is an imprisonment from 3 years to 5 years, along with fine. So, the offences part, there will be an very good amendments after the Nirbhaya Act. And moreover, coming basing on the email spamming, basing on the things what they attract, the offences will be attractive. So regarding to the nowadays, even even in matrimonial issues, most of the issue will be uh, cyber stacking and cyber crimes related issue. Seeing the all the morphing cases, and in one of the case, um, husband himself realized that somebody has morphed the wife photo at the of their marriage. marriage picture, as the wife got bigamy, as previously she got married.
Okay.
So this was the issues. We can't say like this is because of the issue arised the previous affairs. We can't restrict to one particular point. The
Mm-hmm.
sadistic mentality of the guys also reflects here usually.
So before we go to that point, let me conclude the first point of the discussion today. That even before we discuss about voyeurism, what Madhavi Garu is trying to say here is, even staring a woman for a duration of 40 seconds can be a penalizable. It can be a crime by law.
Accused, yeah,
Crime by law, where the person can be imprisoned for 3 to 5 years, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, 3 years to 5 years
3 to
imprisonment
5
at
years he can
three
be
to
jailed.
basing on the
So
discretion of the courts.
basing upon the discretion of the courts. So I've also heard about cybersecurity monitoring porn websites and porn gateways, and I heard that they have information of all the people who have
Yeah.
access to the pornographic websites. Can you
Coming to
elaborate
this,
more upon that, please?
yeah, coming to this point, in India, I can say it like it's a gray area of law. Something like
Mm-hmm.
it is neither prohibited nor legalized either.
Okay.
But I can say it like it was like strictly under the vigilance of Cyber Crimes Investigation Department.
Mm-hmm.
After the Information Technology Act 2000 came, it was
Mm-hmm.
like a publication, transmission, and it was not crime that viewing cyber pornography is like viewing a pornography is not a crime. But
Okay.
once you start publication or else like a transmitting something through any of this WhatsApp, like any of the transmissions, like
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, it will attract you an offense again.
Okay.
Storing pornography will not also attract to a cybercrime. But if you start transmitting through anything through online, and if
Hmm.
you apart from this, it will attract to like sexual harassments. If you start keeping some of the photos of somebody's and start
Mm-hmm.
harassing the things, again it will attract to sexual harassment, which will attract to the 354 of 354B of IPC, and
Mm-hmm.
again it will also the penalizing the same to 3 to 7 years
Okay.
if
So
it got
we'll be
proved.
getting towards the harassment point in the next agenda of the discussion. We can get there in much detail. Uh, so basically, what you're trying to say is, even publishing or
Yeah,
transmitting pornographic content is considered an offense in our country,
yeah, true.
while viewing is still not an offense.
Yeah. Whereas in
Uh,
other countries, many of the countries has banned this, but in
mhm.
India, it is not, neither prohibited nor legalized, nor legalized.
Okay, so this is
But
like a gray
you will
area.
be, yeah, you will be strictly under the surveillance of the Cybercrimes Investigation Department. When the issue arises, like if any of the victim comes up with an issue,
Mm-hmm.
obviously you will be traced out or tracked out through your IPs, Internet Service Providers, ISPs.
Okay.
Every ISP of Indian websites will be
Mm-hmm.
monitored by this cybercrime department, and I was come over this, and I have been there for a few days, and I
Mm-hmm.
observed all this. Like even the data acquisition department, they will be having each and individual department for this. All the
Okay.
email spammings and email attracted cases will be viewed by one department. That is
Mm-hmm.
simply like it's a cyber cell,
Okay.
where in that you will be having the latest technologies.
Mm-hmm.
These people are having very latest technologies, the cyber crimes police.
Okay.
And almost
Uh,
all 865 websites of the pornography sites has been blocked by all
okay.
the service providers, telecom service providers, by Airtel, Zio,
Mm-hmm.
and all
All the
those
major
service
service
major
providers
service.
block 65.
865 websites in India.
Okay.
But still we
Mm-hmm.
are viewing because of the main server, like we'll be having virtual servers.
Of course,
Because of
people
that,
use VPNs, and there are a lot of
yeah,
other ways people can access
yeah,
these content. And so even every single website that's being viewed is being monitored. So I think this is a interesting point for all of us to note here, that the moment you're opening or viewing a pornographic site, you are under surveillance. And if any issue comes up on the later end about that particular content, you can be easily traced out and you can be questioned regarding that. Am I right,
Yep.
Madhavi Garu?
Yes, yes. And the issue comes to police department, like cybercrime police, that one of the girl victim has approached the cybercrime department, that
Mm-hmm.
her photos have been morphed. Then
Mm-hmm.
they will be traced out. Damn sure they will be traced out
Okay, they can very easily be traced out and punished.
very
So,
easily.
okay.
And that too in a cinematic way. The police department will grab that particular guy.
Okay. So, opening the question to Rupesh Garu. Hello.
Yeah, Vishnu, yeah.
Yes. So, what are the areas, and can you elaborate more upon the technology that cyber police have, and any methods that they use towards making things secure? I mean, once a pornographic, my question to be very specific is, once the content is being transmitted, if a girl lodges a complaint that a private video or an intimate video of herself is online, what would be the protocol followed by police?
Yeah, so thanks Vishu for taking this topic out. So first thing is, see, like if you take the SOP of the standard operation procedure that a police any organization follows, like for the police
Mm-hmm.
department. So
Mm-hmm.
how it is for our Indian police department is like, see, suppose take anything that has happened on suppose Instagram or say any social media platform. Okay.
Okay.
So first, what they do is they need to identify what's the source. So who's the X or Y person who has uploaded that content. Okay.
Okay.
The next is they report that they
Mm-hmm.
lodge a complaint. An FIR is lodged. Okay, and
Okay.
then a a Facebook like an email is drafted to Facebook department, the
Mm-hmm.
concerned department in Facebook, which handles all these kind of activities. So they
Okay.
remove this kind of content.
Mm-hmm.
So the account is blocked or whatever action needs to be taken as per the scenario. So they will be
Hmm.
taking that action on that. Okay,
Hmm.
and this is like something which is happening like on social media. So
Okay.
some which for this if anything is there on any social media, and
Mm-hmm.
the same way, if he takes any porn site, okay, if someone's video or something is uploaded in any porn site, so
Okay.
so there are also ways to so every porn site has its own so they have their own structure if something is not because see, if you like there are many porn sites which have their own like their own department and they have their own things which they do. So
Okay.
if you take some Pornhub or something, they have their own
Mm-hmm.
internal team. So if there is
Okay.
any content which is not actually a porn video, because they make professional porn videos, okay, and
Yes.
if it is if there is anything like which is not right, and if there is any complaint regarding that, so they
Mm-hmm.
raise the police department and tells them that so and so video, this is the
Mm-hmm.
URL, so this is actually belonging to so and so person, and there's a complaint lodged against that. So
Okay.
then you can also remove videos from the porn websites also. So there's
Okay.
also the case which I have worked on, so in which we have tried to remove a woman from Nizamabad. Okay,
Okay.
so something happened. So a video was recorded during
Mm-hmm.
the intermission, that intimidation. So
Okay.
uh, so when like it so porn in this, now how a porn websites in a lot of website work is, so once it's uploaded in one porn website, right, so what happens is internally they are linked in such a way that it gets spreaded to multiple porn websites, because you
Yes.
don't have any single place like this website is that.
Hmm.
So what so that so we can they're only limit to a few, there's again limit
Okay.
to that. So whatever porn websites respond, and it's again a law and order thing. Okay, so
Hmm.
a mutual thing in which some porn websites we if because first we need to identify like, yeah, this is the URL and where the video is present.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of investigation also in that. So we need
Okay.
to see like check out where all the video is present and where all it has spread. So once
Okay.
all the links are available, then probably report can be made and some action can be taken on that.
Okay.
So this is
Uh, so
on
let
porn.
me just interrupt you here for a
Yeah,
second, Rupesh Garu.
yeah,
So I think by what you're saying, I think
yeah.
we have a very interesting thing to note down here, that if in case there's an online video that have come out, you
Mhm.
don't need to be really panicked, or you don't need to commit suicides, or you don't need to be, think that that's the end of a life scenario.
No,
we
no.
have
So
in
yeah,
we have enough technology to trace that person, to delete that video,
yes,
and we can secure the things again as well.
yes, yeah.
So
So
yeah, and among, I think, one more perspective for this as well is that there are few thousands and thousands of pornographic content online,
yes,
and it's not quite easy that every one among those get viral or get on the top list, and every person is viewing them.
no. So it depends on, like, it's just as simple as, if you want to understand it clearly. Suppose if you
Hmm.
upload some video on TikTok, or say
Okay.
on your own platform, suppose say
Hmm.
on any social media platform. So it depends on how the content is being viewed by people, or how,
Okay.
like, suppose now if you take viral thing, okay, let's talk upon topic viral, how where content becomes viral. Okay,
Hmm.
so some content, suppose I have seen,
Okay.
after seeing, if the content I am forwarding to other persons,
Hmm.
then the factor of the video or any content getting viral probability starts from there. And from me,
Okay.
how many are viewing it and how many shares are happening from there.
Okay.
It's a chain reaction. Suppose I have started, so my
Hmm.
viewers are viewing. It's like a chain reaction. So you
Hmm.
have one in the top, and then you have two people who have shared it, and from there again people have shared it, and then it's a chain reaction, and then at the end it becomes a viral. So that
Okay.
whole the chain reaction, we call it a something has gone viral.
Hmm.
So this viral intimation has actually a solution. So people, we, because who is making that viral at the end, if you see who is making that viral, so it's we who is making that viral, we
Okay.
individuals. So
Okay.
if we are educated, properly educated, and we know that this content is not allowed, because in India, so viewing pornographic content is not allowed. It's actually banned.
Okay.
If you open any
Hmm.
porn website, right? Okay,
Hmm.
any example, if you open that, you will get an message saying that it is being blocked by the department.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll also show if possible.
Yes.
I'll not like view what content.
Unauthorized
Yeah,
access.
yeah. So I'll just read out what message they actually give. The
Okay.
URL has been blocked as per the instructions of the competent government authority or in compliance to the orders of court of law. So this is
Yeah.
a message
Hmm.
that you receive
Yes.
when
Okay.
you open any porn website.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
in India. So which, like as Madhavi Garu has said, so they have identified a list of websites which share like famous pornographic content. So
Hmm.
they are being blocked. But uh, the way they are blocked, say, so it's again a technology. So what happens is they block the names or the IP addresses and things. But what happens
Hmm.
when you use a VPN or something like that? Okay,
Okay.
so the IP
The
is being blocked.
main issue was like servers was not in India actually. These all the
Yes.
pornographic sites. Because of that, they are accessing through third-party servers. That was the reason why again they can be viewed
Yeah.
by
Okay.
using different Google, as we have Google, the similar different search engines. They are using different third-party search engines where you can go to the server directly through third-party search engines.
Hmm.
That was the reason why again you are viewing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
So just give me a minute. So I'll just highlight on why is that like happening there. Because
yes,
see,
yes, yes, please.
there are some countries which allow this pornographic content. Okay, so
As
when,
they
Hmm.
legalized it.
yeah,
Yes.
so if you are hosting some server in that country, suppose
Hmm.
now if Pakistan is allowing, like we don't take like
Let's
take
just say X country is
some X
allowing it.
country is allowing, right? Suppose I have purchased a server, I have hosted a server over there. So
Hmm.
from there I can host. So internet is a global thing. You just
Okay.
need an IP address at the end to access something over the internet. So
Yes,
if I
yes.
host something over there, I can put my data center over there and I can host any kind of content from there. So for
Hmm.
having, so why, like if you ask me a general question, like why only, not only pornographic content, if you take any illegal activity that happens on the internet, why is it happening? Why actions
Okay.
not? Because legal and illegal things are with the concern with the law of the jurisdiction
Land.
is there, right?
Okay.
Suppose
Okay.
something is illegal in India, but that might be legal in some other places,
Mm-hmm.
and there that is happening. So they can host something over there online, and there won't be any action taken on them.
Okay.
Because if I say, suppose now we Indian, so we don't want to, like, there are some countries having some pornographic content, something like that. You don't have rights to question, say them like, yeah, this is so and so thing happening from your country to our end, which we are not allowing. That conversation can be done because they, in their country's laws, it is allowed. They don't treat, like, they don't feel it as what do you say,
Criminal thing.
criminal thing. It's not
Yeah.
criminal thing in their country, but in our country it might be criminal content. So
Yes.
that's some law and order issues. Are those are some law and order issues. So there's no proper solution for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think on this specific agenda we have information that this is a viewing porn as itself as of it is not an offense,
Mm-hmm.
but publishing it and transmission of the content is considered as an offense in the country, and this can be punishable by law.
Yes.
And for those people who are into voyeurism, which is basically just staring or trying to peek into a woman who is naked
Mm-hmm.
or who is in her private space, so this can be considered a punishable offense again. And it's quite easy to track out online porn once a person tries to upload it, and it's not an end of a life scenario. There are thousands of porn. Just because someone uploaded your video doesn't mean that it's going to be a big problem for you. The moment you lodge a complaint, it can be very easily tracked out, and you're going to be on the safe side here.
Yes.
We have enough technology to protect. We can we can completely erase the content online and also protect the person's privacy. So yeah, any more points panelists want to add?
No,
Or we
no,
can go to the next state, next
we can move
agenda.
ahead. Move ahead.
All right, Madhavi Garu, what do you think?
Yes.
Shall we go
Yes,
ahead?
yes, definitely.
Yes. So we'll be opening the second agenda for the discussion. And before we start the second agenda, we have a couple of questions from audience. If a video is uploaded on the internet, can we delete it from the internet permanently? Yes, we've just discussed the point, and it was answered that the entire chain where the video was transmitted, all the URLs can be made into a report and they can be taken down. If am I right, Rupesh Garu? As
You are right.
described
You're right. But again, so see, everything has its own two sides of it. Like, you have two sides of coins. Suppose
Yeah.
some video which is viral, okay, right? So suppose something which is content. If the content is being downloaded on the local system, okay. Suppose you have downloaded that video on your phone or your computer or somewhere.
Okay.
Or you have stored somewhere. So then that is not in anyone's control. So that's totally till yours. If you can remove that from the internet, okay, like which is publicly viewed. And coming to actually technical thing, if you ask me, so frankly speaking, so there is nothing called delete option in the internet, because if you store something in the digital world, right? So it is stored. It is just you have something called as erased, or it should be overwritten by something. Okay. If you have something on your phone or device also, it can be recovered back. Okay. So there's actually an action taken by Kama Sutra people also. There's a good video made by them also. So where they have shared, like suppose a couple is there, so they, during their intimacy, they had some videos kind of thing. So once what happens is scene comes where their phone gets damaged, so they go to a repair center.
Okay.
So when in the repair center they give that, so during the repairing process, the operator who is doing that, so he tries to recover the data. So in that he receives some content which is like private to the husband and wife. Okay, so once he delivers the phone, and then after a few days the couple gets a message, so that listen, this thing I'm having out, if you, and then you can understand what they blackmail or stuff happens.
They emotionally threaten.
Yeah, so that kind of thing can happen. So it's totally, so
we'll be discussing that
we'll
in second agenda in very detail.
Yeah, so
and
what steps to be taken, we'll be discussing on that. Yeah, so this is one scenario just I want to highlight so that we can discuss.
Yes. This is a very important thing, and good that you brought it up before the second agenda, that is intimacy and safety online. And we also have a second question, which we'll not be answering now, because I'm pretty much sure all the points regarding this will be discussed in very much detail in the second agenda today. What if a viewer makes a screen recording and is shared in some other platforms? So I hope this will be answered by the end of this module, the second agenda. If not, you can you can send in the question again, or you can ask us to answer. We'll definitely be addressing it. So intimacy and safety online. Before I open this question. So every person is a victim for this scenario. They can either be a victim or a causation, irrespective of the gender. The conventional idea is that only women are abused with the intimacy topic online, but there are also scenarios where woman does a recording of a man, and that can be abused upon. It can be used as a leverage for either money or upon his identity. So I just want to make it clear that irrespective of your gender, your financial status, and your social status, this can be used as a leverage online. Uh, Saying that, we'll be going on to the next slide. So possible breaches on intimate content. There's something called the first person breach, which the person who has initiated the intimate conversation himself can either record the video, or himself can do a screen recording, or use those particular texts or photographs, and blackmail the other person. And second thing is, what a partner tries to do, basically creates a revenge porn and blackmails a person to spread it. And third is, as Rupesh Garu just pointed out, the data retrieval, or once you think that the data is deleted, and you give a phone or you try to sell the phone, and it can be retrieved from it and it can be used. So coming to the first person, if there's a blackmail happening about this, what is the action a person can take upon it? Madhavi Garu.
Yeah, definitely we can like um, they can approach the police,
Mm-hmm.
intimating the same thing, but
Okay.
things should be fair and frank, because everything
Mm-hmm.
will be retrieved by the data recovery acquisition center. Once you
Okay.
approach the cybercrime police, they will retrieve
Mm-hmm.
everything, whatever the conversation. And one of the most important thing before coming to complaint for this such issues, you
Okay.
should be screenshot the issues. You
Okay.
should save the screenshots each and
Mm-hmm.
every time. We have a habit like we used to delete the messages
Intimate
as soon as,
conversations.
yes,
Yes.
yes, because of privacy issues, something. But
Mm-hmm.
once we want to approach the like police department or a lodge a complaint, you
Mm-hmm.
should have some screenshots to prove the evidence that your side is a frank evidence.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
as a like point of proof, you can say, like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, this is a genuine case because
genuine
yeah.
case, exactly. So once you try to prove that, obviously
Mm-hmm.
the other person's data will be also, it will be in such a format like you can't unless until we take out the phone of the other person, we can't retrieve the
Mm-hmm.
data. That was the main
Mm-hmm.
problem in this cyber crimes.
Okay.
Whenever such issues approaches, we'll call
Mm-hmm.
the persons all of a sudden, like
Okay.
we sketch, we will do some sketch, and we will map the sketch, and we at all of a sudden will call the person along with his
Mm-hmm.
laptop or mobile. Immediately with we'll seize the all the things they are having, like
Okay.
mobile, laptop, and then we'll take
Mm-hmm.
it to the recovery center, like
Mm-hmm.
department will retrieve all the data.
Okay.
So you have to prove your like your side is a genuine case. You have to prove from your end that threat was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So for
So.
showing that, at least to register the case, you have to show
Mm-hmm.
a screenshot that was like some blackmail is going on, um, uh, some favors are going on from the other end. So you have
Okay.
to show from your end to the police department.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So upon this point, I have another question regarding this. So if the intimacy is consensual, in current world, we have an increase of hookups and casual sexual encounters happening.
Yeah.
So
Like okay.
most of the scenarios, it's consensual. And if the other person tries to exploit a consensual sexual act in such a manner, what are the action that can be taken by the public,
Yeah.
by the
For
victim?
this, okay. For this, I'll be for this, I can show you, I can say with one of the case,
Mm-hmm.
they both were in love for 2 years. Later on,
Mm-hmm.
the guy is always mm,
Starts harassing.
starts harassing, every time you are with some other, like that he start harassing her. So the
Okay.
girl all of a sudden got breakup,
Mm-hmm.
and later on they has like a 2 to 3 months gap. What the
Okay.
guy was at that when they both were in love, they used to have some
Intimacy
private
between them.
pictures, and yeah, pictures
Hmm.
or something. How the guy
Mm-hmm.
started harassing her in such a way that if you are not coming, I'll be posting you online.
Okay. So, which is basically forcing her for intimacy.
Yes, yes.
And does this
Without
come
her,
under
without
definition of rape, Madhavi Garu? Because using a threat as a form of to gain a sexual favor.
you can keep that section also actually,
Okay. So it can
without
even
her.
be considered.
Yeah, without her will and consent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Making her to give sexual pleasures, and
Mm-hmm.
asking her, compelling her to be naked. So
Okay.
all this comes under this, and
Okay.
this also attracts with the same provisions like
Mm-hmm.
354B, uh, using assault, and
Okay.
like sexual harassment,
Hmm.
voyeurism, cyber
Hmm.
stalking. So all this will attract. But at this point, at this junction, what we need is like the girl approached us, and we approached cyber police, and in like uh, the guy is staying somewhere else, in other place.
Mm-hmm.
We plan a sketch to make that guy to bring here,
Okay.
and all of with his obviously he came here with his mobile phone along with
Mm-hmm.
his laptop.
Yeah.
They both went to a restaurant. There
Okay.
the police was in non-uniform. So
Mm-hmm.
we caught the boy there itself, and we bring to the cyber crimes department.
Okay.
So
So
because
basically, you
unless
set up a
until,
honey trap
yeah,
in such
yeah.
scenarios.
Our main criteria is the girl requested her to remove all the videos which
Okay.
he was having with that guy, and no
Uh-huh.
criminal case was to be posted on that fellow. Just that
Okay.
was enough, and he should not approach me again, and just threatening the thing she need. That's it.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Uh,
what we did, in such a way, we caught the person, and we remove
mm-hmm.
all the data,
Okay.
taking all the, we seized data like cell phone and laptop.
Mm-hmm.
There itself, we removed all the data through cybercrimes department.
Okay. So yeah, that's a very interesting case you dealt with here. So again, even after the data removal, the victim has a choice of lodging a complaint and going for an imprisonment, or
Yeah.
just stopping it there. So.
Basically, this is we have again here two types: cognizable and
Mm-hmm.
non-cognizable offenses.
Mm-hmm.
If this is this is a cognizable offense, non-cognizable offense, like if the victim itself says that we can leave the case, I don't want to go for any court process.
Mm-hmm.
You strongly confine the person here itself. My data is deleted. That is more than enough, and he
Okay.
need not again approach to me. So there is a
Mm-hmm.
compromise matter. So the matter was
Okay.
compromised. Even that boy's
Mm-hmm.
career also got spoiled.
Okay.
The girl with the soft hearted may think like that. So that
Okay.
was the.
Okay. So Rupesh Garu, you're showing some very interesting data on the screen here. So can you describe more about it?
Yeah. So I just want to highlight few things which, like, every individual, if they, like, any woman or something, like, it's basically for
Mm-hmm.
any individual, they must know. So there are
Mm-hmm.
some IPC sections, and what if, so I have this, it's a table, so I'm displaying a table in which a section, an offense and the penalty is displayed. So I'll just
Mm-hmm.
highlight our topics things only. So
Okay.
suppose, yeah, so if we take here the 66E, so
Mm-hmm.
which is the section 66E, if there's any offense, if any person
Mm-hmm.
is publishing private images of others,
Uh-huh.
okay, so there is imprisonment up to 3 years and fine up to rupees 2 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So this is the action, like according to IPC sections of ours and the IT Act 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And next is if this one. So
Okay.
67.
67.
So 67 says that like if you are publishing any information which is obscene, okay, in
Mm-hmm.
electric format, in an electronic format,
Electronic format.
like an image, like it means like an image or a video,
Hmm.
something like that. So there is imprisonment for up to 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and fine there is up to 10 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So that is the action on that. And next
Mm-hmm.
is 67A.
Mm-hmm.
So publishing here obscene. So here we must see that obscene here doesn't mean just only which is related to sexual content. It can be like animal killing. Like there are many forms of obscene content.
Okay.
So obscene
Yeah.
is that is that. Here
Mm-hmm.
67A is particularly about sexual acts.
Sexual acts. Hmm.
If there is any content which is particularly about sexual activities, then
Mm-hmm.
the section that applies there is 66, 67A. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
So for that, the imprisonment is up to 7 years. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he can be fined up to rupees 10 lakh rupees.
10 lakh rupees. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and next is 67B. So which
Mm-hmm.
is more related to child. Okay, if the
Okay.
victim like who if the victim is a child or
Mm-hmm.
under 18, so
Mm-hmm.
not a mature person, then
Mm-hmm.
so there's 67B. So in which
Okay.
imprisonment is up to 500 5 years, and the
Okay.
fine is up to again 1 lakh rupees on
Mm-hmm.
first conviction. So on his first attempt. Okay,
Okay.
so like it is like on if some child has done that. Okay, so if you're a minor and you're doing that action,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and next if you're doing it again,
Mm-hmm.
if it's your second conviction,
Mm-hmm.
so then the imprisonment is up to 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and fine is again up to 10 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so this is the general IPC sections we have regarding
Mm-hmm.
to the sexual content on that. And
Okay.
there's also a section 67C, because Madhavi
Mm-hmm.
Garu was mentioning about maintaining records, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you are failing to maintain any improper records, or because see here when you are saying complain about someone, right? So we
Uh-huh.
are under jurisdiction, so you must also have have a point that you are saying true, because
Yes.
I can claim that you might be doing a false case on me. So you
Yes.
must
Yes.
have, so everyone must know this also, that 67C
Mm-hmm.
also, if you fail to maintain the proper records, so there is
Okay.
imprisonment for 3 years and some fine is also applied.
And also fine. So I have
Yeah.
a question here. So is the fine money going towards the victim or to the government?
You need to find like fine is applied on the person who is doing the crime. So
Yes, yes.
court,
He's an
court,
accused.
yeah,
Accused, or when he's proven guilty, fine will be levied upon him.
yeah.
And
So
the
the court,
money, fine money, is it going towards the government or
government.
towards the
But
government?
if it is attracted with the rape cases, like if the like some
So yeah. So
interesting point, like if
mhm.
the provision attracts the rape case also, then
Mm-hmm.
then the claim will be going to the victim. If we
Okay.
attract, if we keep that provision, because
Okay.
in that cases, particularly in that cases,
Mm-hmm.
the compensation amount should be paid to the victim.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like depends on the case basically.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's actually decided by the judge.
By the
Or
Discretion of
judge
the
and how
judge
lawyer represents
and
the
the
victim.
yeah,
provisions. Yeah,
yeah, and the
provisions
provision. So
what we keep.
it's not like it will be going to victim or to the government. It is a
Mm.
dependent thing. So
If you
There are certain factors regarding that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
last one I would like to hear this is 71,
Mm-hmm.
section 71, which is misrepresentation. Okay, so
Okay.
if you are representing like doing any misrepresentation of any person online,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so that can also cause a serious issue. So for that,
Okay.
there is imprisonment for up to 3 years and
Mm-hmm.
fine up to rupees 1 lakh rupees.
Up to rupees 1 lakh.
Yeah.
Okay.
in
So this is
For a
cybercrime
mis-
cases, yeah, whereas
yeah.
compared to regular cases, cybercrime cases fine amount is more. All the
Okay.
online frauds fine amount is more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're coming towards a second point here about the partner, and I think we have discussed in detail about this already
Yeah.
regarding revenge porn. So, but yes, I want to mention a fact here that when you might be having a consensual sex, and you might be thinking the other person is as good as you are, and after the breakup, you might see an ugly side of a person. You might not have expected this at initial stage of a relationship. And which is why we strongly suggest being intimate is particularly a choice, but do not make intimate videos of yourselves. This can either be retrieved by the partner, or he might not even be aware. A third person might retrieve this data and he might start using it against you. So, based upon this part, I mean, I would like to skip the second part because I think we already discussed enough about it, and we're also running low on time now. So I'll be skipping to the third person page. If data is retrieved by a third person and an unknown person starts blackmailing you about it, he have not published information online. He's just blackmailing you, and he takes a huge amount of cash, or he asks for a sexual favor. What are the things? Suppose not a sexual favor. He asks for a huge amount of cash. Is there any legal way to deal with it? Or what is the immediate action that you can take in such scenario? The question is open to both of you, Garu and Manandar.
Yeah, so Vishnu, so for that, so first thing is you need to be a little calm. Do not get
Mm-hmm.
panic immediately when something that suppose you did suddenly get a message like that. First,
Mm-hmm.
check with your end. So everything like how did that actually happen? So why is it a
Mm-hmm.
genuine content or not, or what is actually happening? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then is so see it's actually a situation based thing. So it's like no, there's like no proper. I can't tell that you if you follow this, you must follow in this way. So you need
Okay.
to handle that situation, which is in control. It must be in control because there there is some mistake from your end also. You must believe that there is some mistake from that has happened from your end also. Because
Mm-hmm.
if anything like someone is blackmailing you or something, so there
Mm-hmm.
must be something wrong from your end also, right? Something is getting leaked from your end also, and you
Yes.
are it's see privacy is our choice this day. So it's our
Mm-hmm.
duty only to keep our privacy, so secure
Yes.
our privacy. So it's some it's not like a mistake or nothing, but something has happened wrong. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we must be like uh, see how the case will go. Okay, it depends on the case.
Mm-hmm.
So do not take any immediate action. So as soon as you say, oh yeah, just send me the money, do not just blindly send that. Okay, take
Okay.
proper guidance. Okay, try to approach
Mm-hmm.
police
Mm-hmm.
if possible. So try
Okay.
to involve them because like most of the cases, like they will be like anyways, if there is anything like that, they'll first tell if you inform police this and this thing will happen. But still
Mm-hmm.
like be have some like belief on police also because
Mm-hmm.
they might be helping in some way because after suppose someone you have given money or something, right? What's the guarantee
Hmm.
that he won't repeat that again? Okay, tomorrow again he can come and ask you money, right? So
Hmm.
make sure like how you are dealing with it. So you are dealing it
Okay.
in a efficient manner or not. So that
Okay.
okay, if you are ready to give money or like just case a close, like make sure that it doesn't repeat again or just
Okay.
see from
So
your
here
side.
there are
You are in
several
safe
issues
zone.
involved. There might be a fault upon your side as well in a third person scenario. So it's not just blindly that you go towards a police or legal system, but think smart, think calm, and approach very smartly in such scenario.
Yes,
That's what you suggest.
yes, yes.
Yeah. And is there any way that the third person can be traced if he makes a phone call? Like during blackmail, he wouldn't be uploading the information online yet. He'll
But
just
one,
he's just blackmailing you on a phone call. If you record that phone call and provide it as an evidence, can the person be taken and can the person be arrested?
Yeah,
Madhuri garu.
definitely, definitely. So if you are
Mhm.
filing a case on that, right? So definitely
Mhm.
action can be taken on that.
Okay.
in this case, I can suggest me a other more smarter way. Like you should have a good hacker friend. Rather,
Okay. Mhm.
if it was like through emails or something like that. Otherwise,
Mhm.
you need to compulsory approach some. You have to take if it is a woman offenses, you can approach Barosa. If it is not
Okay.
women offenses, you need to approach some help from the police. Otherwise, you
Okay.
can't trace it out
Mhm.
because people like the police department having many apps, many other sources to trace out. If you are
Okay.
you should be frank enough to say to the police that this was the issue happened from
Mhm.
my end also, but no, the
Mhm.
thing was happening like this.
Okay.
If you
So
approach. Otherwise,
So
you
the
can take
smarter thing
some
to do is
support in
approach
your
a lawyer in such scenario
that
rather
was
than. Okay.
if
So, another question for you, Madhavi Garu. Do you deal with such cases if someone is a victim here? Can I recommend them to approach you and so that you can be able to handle such situations? Do you do
definitely,
that?
definitely. We are
That's good to
dealing with even Barosa, and we were concerned with this department also. That's why I'm
Okay.
saying it like you can't alone can't fight with those situations.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Sanjana have raised her hand. Is there a question you want to ask, or is there something you want to say? Okay, that was a glitch. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
sorry, Vishnu. Just let me take a minute. So I think
yes,
Anamika has shared a question.
she shared a question.
Asking,
I was about to get there. Yeah.
yeah. So is it? Let me read the question. Is it true that if someone is intimate with his or her partner and recording that act on mobile, if the mobile data is on or mobile or Wi-Fi is on that device, and they are being watched by some hackers as we watch in movies? So Anamika, that's a situation-based question actually. So if your mobile is hacked, right? So that obviously means that someone is watching it. So if your mobile is not hacked, then obviously no one is watching that. So it depends.
So
So you see, again, there you must actually, it's a privacy thing also. So if you're doing some video calling or something, right? So you're using a third party. Suppose it's WhatsApp. Okay, you're using WhatsApp. We don't know what WhatsApp is doing with the content that you're having, because now it is monitored by Facebook, and I don't want to discuss on what Facebook does with the data. Okay, so you're using a third party, okay, third party application to do the sharing. It's not owned by you. Everything is not owned by you. So if you are having your own server, if you are doing everything on your own, then it's a different case. But here you're using a third party application, right? So it's like you're using someone else's room for your intimate content, and you don't know what's there in that room. There can be camera in that, there can be some bug in that, whatever things in that. So it's like that situation there. So it's totally dependent case. So it's not like same as in movies. So everyone phone doesn't get hacked in the way which shown in movies. But yeah, so there can be cases like that
So
also.
Rupesh, can I add one more point in this?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
yes, yes, please.
If any of the hackers were blocking firewalls regarding to
Mm-hmm.
that particular area, because when I was in my college days, I come across with this issue. That was the reason why I was attracted to the cyber crimes. When I was in
Mm-hmm.
university, in that particular area, one of the guy used to work on hacking. So he used to
Mm-hmm.
block all that particular area. At that time, charting was very often. So he
Mm-hmm.
used to block that firewall, and all the colony, that particular colony girls' charts, he used to observe it.
Mm-hmm.
If you block with the firewall, you can access the data.
Yeah. So
How
Madhukar,
is
so
that?
that is called like something called as Wi-Fi trapping or some network trapping. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you can actually, so as internet is connected thing. Okay, internet connected thing. Suppose
Hmm.
in a network. Suppose I am in a network. Suppose it's college Wi-Fi. Okay, so I can see what you are
Hmm.
doing in a college Wi-Fi. I can monitor each and everything.
Hmm.
What are message you're sending, what are things you're not sending. So it is totally monitored. So I can read what you're sending actually. If it is not properly encrypted,
Yeah.
it can, if it is
Hmm.
encrypted, then obviously it's I can see the encrypted text. If I know the key and everything, I need to
Keyloggers,
decrypt.
somehow keyloggers, key spammers.
Yeah, keylogger thing is different thing. So that actually what you type, it logs that.
Yeah.
I'm saying about the network traffic. Suppose now our Zoom call also, what we are doing, right? So if it is on a insecure channel, so if there
Okay.
comes here https,
Okay.
in http what happens is your data is not encrypted. Okay, in
Okay.
HTTPS, your data is encrypted and sent. That's the reason we say it's safe. It doesn't mean that safe here means that, doesn't mean that it won't, it is not insecure or something like that. Here, safe just means that your data is converted into a non-human readable format. Your message is not high anymore. It's just some random text now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So these are some quite interesting points we have here. So, and here I wanna bring a point about spoofing. So I've heard that there were a few videos that became viral couple of, I think not very long ago, that people can hack your webcam and they can get on and they can start seeing you in person, and it's safer to cover your webcam and keep it on your laptops. So can you highlight about this point once, Rupesh garu.
Yeah, so if you currently see also in my laptop also that's there. So I'm having a sticker on my camera. Okay.
Okay.
So that's true, because see, that is actually dependent, because now if you see any person's mindset, right? So you have a mindset to download free softwares and those kind of things. You don't know what actually, if there can be
Yes.
something also a Trojan horse or something uh, inside that. Okay, you might be downloading an actual software, but that can be inside internally have some malware or some virus inside that, which
Yes.
can actually give back access to your things on that.
Right.
So that's the reason people say that or use that, because if you know properly what, if you are able to monitor your network properly, you know everything what's going on in your network, then it's okay. But we don't know, we don't know, and we don't monitor also basically
Okay.
what is going background of your, because we if you take a PC, right, you only see or know what you see on your desktop, like on your screen.
Okay.
Okay, you don't know what all things are going. If you just open the activity monitor or the task manager of your application of your system, right, you will see that n number of processes are actually running in the background.
Okay.
So if the any background process is having like such that your video cam or the camera is being accessed, so that can be possible. And there are
Okay.
cases also, there are certain tools also where you won't come to know there's no LED blinking, nothing like that, so your
Yes. Yes.
camera will
Yes.
be accessed. So those are all there. So it's adjustable. I also suggest that you can use that.
You should be covering your
It's a suggestion
camera.
thing, because see,
Yes.
everyone almost has at least one free software or something that they download in their lifetime in their system. Because
Yes.
and
Yes.
many
Yes. Yes.
systems, if people use Windows, and many of them are cracked something they use. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they generally have some kind of there are high chances, like good chances of having some kind of malicious things in that.
Yes. 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 That's a good point to know, Rupesh garu. And we have a couple of questions. We'll get to them in meantime. We'll get to them after the next point we discuss. Can we have a next slide, please? So yeah, we have again. I want to bring some attention towards trolls and financial exploitation, and we'll need to keep our discussions brief because we thought that the discussion is supposed to be we need to speed up the discussion. We have a couple of more topics to discuss as well. So yeah, online troubles regarding the trolls. What are the legal action that can be taken? Madhvi garu, can you talk about this topic in brief?
Yeah, definitely. The one main thing was like once the issue arises, like um, before uploading anything, like when you are going with Facebook or WhatsApp, uh, whatever the things, you should cross check with in WhatsApp also you'll be having web scam, something like Rupesh Garu. I
Mm.
have come across with
Snooping.
that. No. You can be traced out with that scanner, web
Okay.
web
Yeah.
scam.
I'll discuss on that also.
Okay, something like that. You should be
Okay.
aware of your mobile first of all. That was the first thing which you should check with your mobile, like all the softwares which you are using.
Mm-hmm.
Simply uploading the things, I don't think so. Like
Okay.
it will leads to many issues.
Okay. Okay. So Rupesh garu, would you like to take
Yeah.
something? Or?
So okay, so I think like there are also questions like an example WhatsApp was given, what end-to-end encryption they
We'll get
offer.
to the questions later, Andy.
Yeah,
We'll once
I'll just
finish.
answer in that all of them. So that's a simple answer for that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's take WhatsApp. So end-to-end encryption, I think. Yeah, so they provide
Mm-hmm.
end-to-end encryption. That's true. But suppose
Mm-hmm.
now my phone is hacked. Okay, and
Okay.
suppose Vishnu is sharing some content of his private content of his to me.
Mm-hmm.
After receiving in my phone, it is decrypted, right? Okay,
Okay.
are you getting me? Suppose my
Yes.
phone has some malware. Okay, my phone,
Okay.
because now it is stored in my phone
Hmm.
in an encrypted format, in a human readable format. From here
Yes.
it can
Yes.
transmit. Are you
Okay.
getting me, Anjana Garu? So this is the way. So like in the
Okay.
transmission, so WhatsApp provides end-to-end encryption thing. So where is that encryption? From my phone to Vishnu's phone. But after that, it's not there.
Once it is loaded into
Yeah,
the phone, I mean, once the
yeah.
data is on WhatsApp and also on the mobile. The moment
Yeah.
it comes
So
into the mobile, WhatsApp is not anymore, not liable for the data anymore.
yes. So
Like I,
Right.
yeah,
Lokesh,
Madhuri.
like I can suggest, like before going to this, settings should be very privacy setting. We have an option like privacy settings. There,
Yes.
I think it plays a very key role, like crucial role, where if you
Mm-hmm.
keep, unless until you keep like something, it should be shared to all the contacts, or else it should be
Mm-hmm.
shared only to the person whom you want to send. You
Okay.
can keep on button, off button, something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
think this will play somehow. You can control this. Like you
Okay.
can, it won't be shared to one and all.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Private
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Facebook,
that's
either
true. Yeah, yeah. So in Facebook also, so if people are asking about screenshots thing, right? So you have your profile picture, okay? So there's something
Yes.
called a privacy bar or badge is adding, like Facebook has introduced that because people were using
Yes.
this morphing things, right? So you have your cool pictures, DSLR pictures
Mm-hmm.
of yours, very
Mm-hmm.
good pictures, okay? And you post them on like a profile photo. You have your profile photo, right? So basically,
Yes.
your profile photo can be viewed by others, okay?
Okay.
So if you are having like public private setting something like, or your friends also, if there's an option like you can't take screenshot of that
Okay.
to use it for any personal purposes. And as Madhvigar was saying in your WhatsApp thing, right? So anyone with your WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
like now, if you see like we have your WhatsApp images like your DP digital picture or whatever you keep on that. If you don't want
Yes.
that to be, so there's also again privacy thing in that where it should be viewed to
Mm-hmm.
anyone, everyone, or no one, or only to your contacts, something
Okay.
like that. So if that's again like privacy is our responsibility and we need to check out. So if you're
So
using some
please, we
platform,
should
right?
be we should basically be looking towards our settings and be more careful about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right. So we'll be
Regarding to
speeding up.
WhatsApp, yes.
Madhvigar will get to that topic later. We'll be speeding up now. We'll be skipping the financial exploitation because we've discussed it previously in the topic before. So now the main and most important point of today's discussion, and next point will be extremely brief. So yeah, we can spend a couple of minutes upon this, and after that we'll be answering the questions and we'll be concluding the call. So is there a safer way for online intimacy? As one of our someone have asked this question also. Yeah, Sanjana have asked this question that what is your advice to most millennials technology for their relationship? Sending private pictures and having intimate video calls is so common now. So
yeah,
yes, so on this, let me take upon. I'll be taking upon this question: is there a safer way for online intimacy? You're always prone to certain amount of risk whenever you are engaging in online intimacy. Uh, but yes, I think we wouldn't be encouraging people to go for online intimacy, and we are no one to condemn this part as well. Saying this, there are certain options. If suppose Snapchat, you will know that a person makes a screenshot upon Snapchat, and WhatsApp again, you never know if the person is downloading the data or they might be screen recording it.
yes,
So as I say, there can be a first person breach, a second person breach, a partner could be doing it, or even a third person. There's a huge risk upon it, but it's certainly your choice what you want to do.
yeah. So totally
I'll
true,
be giving
Vishnu.
the
Again,
question to.
yeah, yeah,
I'll be opening it for the panel.
yeah. So I agree with that, Vishnu Garu. So because see, Snapchat is the I think as of like whichever like there are
Mm-hmm.
many social media applications that we even don't know the names, but
Yes,
in the
yes,
famous one that we know, so Snapchat is one which is more with privacy. So
yes,
each and every activity of yours that is happening in the application is being monitored, and you actually get notified also of that if someone is taking a
yes.
screenshot or anything recorded or saving the messages. So see, like all those things,
Hmm.
so that can be monitored in Snapchat. So it's okay if you like we don't I basically being a
Will-
cyber security practitioner, I don't suggest you to go for online intimacy in any
But
form because it can be
if
risky. These are indoors.
yes,
If in case you still want like it's up to
it's a
you.
relatively safer choice.
So if you want to go, then you can go with Snapchat.
It's a
So that
relatively safer
provides
choice. Can I use
few
these
options.
words?
So only yeah. So just because I'm just recommending that because not recommending that like suggesting that because it has some privacy options which you can take care of. You can actually know if someone is doing wrong with your content.
True. That's a good information here. And apart from this, if we are looking at WhatsApp or you're looking at Instagram, these are they so first thing is sharing a picture might be more riskier here, because once most phone settings are that they are, all the WhatsApp things are downloaded onto the phone, and even on phone, once the data is deleted, it can be retrieved again. So you're creating a huge scope for a larger number of breaches here. While I think using a video call as a method could be a little safer compared to it, as long as opposite person is not recording, is not doing a screen recording of entire situation. And you can never know that if you're using Instagram or if you're using WhatsApp, you can never know if the person is screen recording this entire thing in there. And the moment we had a huge discussion upon this, and the moment if they try to blackmail you with it, there are legal situations you can take control of. You don't need to panic, and that should not be a big issue. You can get the situation into your control. So by saying that, Madhavi Garu, do you want to add anything to this thing? Can we make online, is there a safer way for online intimacy? Madhavi Garu?
Yeah, in WhatsApp also you are having that privacy settings. Once you you off the media content to download into your mobile phone, like
Yeah.
all the videos, all the photos coming from the WhatsApp, it will
Yes.
be as soon as you look the video, you browse your video, it will be deleted. Once the chat is deleted, it is deleted. Because in one particular case, we need a WhatsApp chat. What was happening? But
Okay.
we were unable to retrieve the data. Even the data recovery people also unable to find the recovery of data in WhatsApp.
Okay.
It is a little bit safer if
Okay.
if the option is privacy settings is uh, if you block the privacy settings,
But you
the
never know opposite person does the same as well. So
yeah
there's
yeah
always a possibility of a breach in either
the,
one end.
see yeah, that's the other end also should be the fair and frank.
Exactly. And as we say that, there's always a risk, because you might
True.
trust that person when he's in a relationship, and
Yeah,
he or she might start behaving very differently once that relationship is over.
yeah, true.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we don't
So
recommend towards it. But yeah, there are certain precautions you can take for online intimacy. Are we clear upon that, Sanjana?
yeah, so Vishnu, I would add like one point over here because WhatsApp
Yes.
thing has come. So
Yes,
in
please.
case like you have this WhatsApp delete for everyone thing, right? So there's a small technical glitch in WhatsApp. Okay, so what happens with iOS devices? Okay, suppose you have shared some photo, right? And if you use this WhatsApp delete for everyone, so the photo won't get deleted from his device if the
Phone
device is iOS.
before it is downloaded.
Yeah, after downloaded. Suppose now you
After
have sent me
downloaded,
from,
it cannot
yeah,
be
if
deleted
my
from the
phone is
phone.
yeah, it won't be getting, it will be there in the gallery of the
Yes.
of the phone.
True.
It will just be deleted from the WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp data it will be deleted, but there are chances that it will be there in the iOS device. So just
Yes.
make sure, like if anyone doesn't know about this point, just know about.
Yes. True. It's
If your
good that you
partner is,
brought this point into
yeah,
notice.
if your partner is using an iOS device, just be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, and again, everything. I think I want to close that statement by saying everything comes down to the trust and morality of the person at the end. So there are people who have their relationship, who are quite engaged, who are sexually active, and who are also involved in online intimacy during their relationship. And once things are over, they delete everything and they forget, they put it in their past. But there are also situations that people use this as a leverage upon the opposite person. So ultimately, this is purely your decision. You If you are using that particular thing, you are a consulting adult, and please, please analyze and understand the situation, understand all the risks, and only then take a step. Do not go for it in a moment of heat. That's all we can say about it. And we'll be going towards the third agenda, nudity, a business or scam. And here, there's not much of discussion towards it. We'll just be bringing certain scenarios towards your awareness, and we'll be making them very quick. Instagram frauds. So currently, we have a lot of Instagram-based frauds happening there. Lots of profiles that say we'll be providing online entertainment, basically sexual content online, or they say that we'll give you a nude video call, and once you pay the money, they might block you easily, or such things. Rupesh Garu, what do you want to say about these things?
Yeah, Vishnu. So this,
Sorry, I
am I
couldn't
audible?
hear you.
Yeah, am I audible?
Um, Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah. So yeah, so there's a lot of business that happens online on this thing, not only Instagram. So there is also a private story called in Snapchat also.
Mm-hmm.
So private snaps. So there are some good. I don't want to name them and give a awareness on that kind of websites. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people like there are accounts. I also get a lot of messages like that. You will only get a follow request. So generally, how this things happen is
Mm-hmm.
they are mostly linked with the social media, social dating apps that we have. Like you have
Okay.
Tinder and those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are linked with that. So
Okay.
you get profile matches over there. So how there's actually a case that happened in Rajasthan, a Tinder murder case. Okay, if you just YouTube that word Tinder murder case Rajasthan,
Okay.
know about that. So what happens is that so when they go to the social dating sites, right? So
Mm-hmm.
which is just actually meant for dating purpose and all those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some swipe left, right, all those options kind of thing. So you match with someone, someone likes you, you like someone, and someone also likes you. Then you get option to chat together, and you then get into conversation and a lot of things. Okay, so then you share your profile content over there, or some if you are sharing your Instagram ID on any of those platforms or something like that. Then
Mm-hmm.
what there are chances that is one case. Like social dating platform is one case, and next is
Okay.
coming to your Instagram or any social media account of yours. So you might get a
Mm-hmm.
follow request. So if generally, if any case, a
Mm-hmm.
opposite gender you're getting a follow request, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
You check the profile, right? So whether you know the person
Yes.
or not, and to accept that anything.
Yes.
You might accept it if it's an opposite gender. For a girl, it's a boy, and for a boy, it's a girl. So you might
Yes.
accept it, and then he or she from the opposite, like, the person will be texting you, and then he will just say like, yeah, so this is the services I provide. These are his account will generally have screenshots of all those transactions which are being made uh,
Yes.
with the clients of his in the past, so that his point is to like prove that he is providing
Trustworthy.
trust, because for any crime to happen, just basically the first criteria is to gain the trust. So once the
Hmm.
trust is gained, then you are not in your control, you are under his control. Whatever he says, so you will be doing that automatically as per the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So it's recommended that, like, from my end, uh, I say it's not that much required, because if I need to not, I must not say this, but it's as of like in general purpose, it won't serve any purpose to you anyways.
True. So yes, it is almost as similar as porn it is.
Yeah,
So it's nothing more
it's just
than
like you're buying that phone.
exactly buying that porn and you think it's a private content. That's all.
Yes.
So yeah, if you are very much interested in such, maybe they can go for an online paid porn itself.
Yeah.
That's more secure than what this is. And yeah, there are many such websites, and as Rupesh Garu is also saying, they're filled with screenshots of previous payments and previous customers, what they show. And the moment you pay, and it is highly unlikely that you can get your money back. Or is there any particular way for that?
uh, Getting on the money back point, see, in any like any case, not only a cyber
Mm-hmm.
case or any case, if you take any
Mm-hmm.
robbery case or anything,
Okay.
recovery is always a question, like unquestioned, unanswered question. Okay, because it's
Okay.
totally dependent factor on, suppose
Okay.
now you have lost something from your home or something. If
Yes.
I am the person who has taken, if I sell that,
Mm-hmm.
I've sold that in the market, I have taken that money
Okay.
and I have done whatever, then the money is no more. If
Mm.
I'm traceable also, you can trace me. Yeah, I have done that activity. You, whatever fine or
Yes.
things apply, that applies on me. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end, if you see the purpose, like, for you getting me caught is not the purpose, right? Your money is the purpose.
Exactly.
So that can be met or not, it's very
It's highly
uncertain.
unlikely. It's
Unlikely,
highly uncertain.
uncertain. You can't determine that. Okay,
Okay.
because first thing is, if he is using that, so there are also cases in which people use accounts of people of persons who don't know that they are the kind of transactions happening in their accounts also, because now
True.
you've seen like some places, right? The free accounts are being opened and people's account are being accessed, so they
Yes. Yes.
don't know
Yes.
that their ATM cards are there somewhere, and they just turn off the SMS updates and all those things. You won't come to
Hmm.
any day come to know that there is some account money coming in and out, because in like many this Pradhan Mantri Yojanas and all this zero accounts and many
Yes.
some accounts
So
are
these are uneducated people, and they might not even know their bank account is being used for all these things.
yeah. So they just what they do is they just apply for the ATM card. They have their ATM cards with them. Okay, and
Yes,
you know that you perform the transaction, they just go and draw the amount out. And
yes.
Paytm is offering you a Paytm bank just with a mobile number. Okay, so many of
Yes.
what they do, they just link their UPI with that. The
Hmm.
phone number is with someone who God knows whose phone number is that.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
how they get this phone number is now you have your lost phones, right? If you
Yeah.
don't register a complaint properly, and those things happen with your phone, so your SIM card is somewhere,
Yes.
your SIM card can be used somewhere. So they
Hmm.
create accounts with that. They use your options. They just give the
Yes.
address. They keep their cards with them. Those kind of things.
Yes.
So money recovery is and very uncertain.
True. So if so, all we can say is that if you come across such scenarios, please be careful. Do not pay money in those scenarios, and to satisfy your need for intimacy, there is you can go for Tinder, or you can go for safe online dating platforms. And of course, that's a discussion, elaborate discussion, what is safe and what is unsafe dating platform. And but yes, be careful online is what we can say. And yeah, if any questions if you want to ask anonymously, you can send in as a private chat, or you can send the question to the host, one of the three hosts, privately. And before we conclude the call, there's one question we have skipped here. This might sound dumb. What about sexual and offensive content we receive on WhatsApp? Are we responsible for receiving and forwarding that content? So we'll be how can you please be clear that
No,
what are you referring to
no,
as
I can answer that.
offensive content here?
So yeah. So see, that's a simple answer for that. That's a straightforward answer.
Okay.
So you're not
Okay.
responsible for receiving, but you're responsible for forwarding.
Forwarding it.
Okay.
Okay.
So in WhatsApp, anyone can send you any message if you're having a.
Okay.
So there is no privacy related with that. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can suggest WhatsApp to give such kind of privacy also. But
Mm-hmm.
forwarding is totally your up to you because you
Your
are.
purview.
So that's action. That's an action which is taken by you. So
Okay.
forwarding is by you. So receiving
Mm-hmm.
is not your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Forwarding is your responsibility.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we have a question here. Suppose we receive a porn video which is offensive and we are held without our consent. Then what about then? Rupesh Garu, do you want to take this question, or Madhavi Garu? You receive a porn video, and if you do not want to have it on your phone, are you legally liable for that? I think that's what he's trying to ask exactly.
So I think like
Madhavi Garu?
yeah. So if you're receiving something on your phone, right? So you know
Yeah.
what you're. So
Mm-hmm.
you can check that. If you are not likely, you can just block the opposite person, remove the
Okay.
content from your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can I think the simple solution for this is you can send the person a text saying that this is offensive, please don't forward me any such thing.
And also you can
In
report
that.
that. You can report that. So yeah. So when you receive, say yeah. So there's an action thing over here. So when you receive, WhatsApp provides this kind of feature. So
Okay.
if you're receiving something from a new conversation from something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's three options over there: add to
Yes.
contact, block, and report. So
Okay.
you need to report that. Please do use that option of reporting so that his account can be reported, and WhatsApp legally can take some action on that.
That's good. That's a new thing I did not know. Yeah, of course, I've seen that, but I never paid attention to that, Rupesh Garu. Thank you. And yeah, apart from that, if it comes from a person, you can just send them a text saying that this is offensive, please do not send me such content. So you have a proof that you are not liable for this, you are not interested in any of that situation. So do not just keep do not don't please be silent about it. If you receive an online porn video or anything that is offensive, just text that person saying that this is not a content I want to see. Don't ever send me again anything like that, and do not forward it to any other person, and you won't be legally liable for that. Madhavi Garu, would you like to add anything more on this?
That is an evidential proof.
Exactly.
That is an evidence.
So I think that would suffice this thing. Anamika, I think I'm clear with the point now. I just repeated it. And there are many unreported cases, and recently I came across zero FIR. Do we have more options? So as long as we were having a very detailed discussion about unreported cases, and there is Rupesh Garu. Would you like to answer that?
So yeah, I agree with that. So there are zero FIR, and also government of India has also launched this CCPWC. So I was a trainer for CCPWC, Andhra Pradesh Police Department. So which is cybercrime related with women and children, or cybercrime prevention for women and children. So in that they have launched a website also, which is cybercrime.gov.in. So this is part of CCPWC scheme. So you can anonymously, suppose if there is anything you want to report anonymously, you don't want your details to be out, you can lodge a complaint using that portal. So it is like you can generally complain anything or complain about anything, but the website is more like, with the reason they created the website is to give more on women and children. How can an uneducated person take help in cybercrime issues? Because we have more of them using it now.
So before we get to this, I think this is not question very relevant to this to today's topic. So if you could leave your email address, maybe, or you can contact. So on the poster itself, you have Rupesh Garu contact number.
Yeah, so the contact is very simple. So I run a organization called Cyber Jagriti, so which is totally on the cyber crimes that happen here and there. So I'll just open my portal if it is accessible.
Yeah. So why don't you share a pic of that in here,
Yeah,
or contact details in here?
I'm opening that.
Yes,
So that
yes,
you
yes.
can see that. So those who have actually registered for the meeting, you in your emails that is provided. So you can check in your email
Yes.
that is given. If in case it's not there, just you can just DM us over here. I'm just sharing the screen. Just give me a minute.
So you can contact Rupesh Garu for that question, and you can directly get your answer.
Yeah. So
And
Upala, you were asking something that if someone is uneducated, right? So for that, I might not be able to give some answer for that, but still you can anytime approach us. So here we organize a lot of sessions on in a lot of colleges and schools, and provide trying to give education on, because here we have educated 300 school children of Inupal. So there was any like that kind of activities are being done by us. So if required, you can just let us know.
Rupesh Garu, could you please put on Bleed with Pride page as well?
Yeah, sure.
Instagram Bleed with Pride. BLEED.
Yeah, just a minute. Oh no, sorry. Is it this one?
I'm not sure. You can just go to Instagram, and I can tell you the page.
Yeah.
Can you type Bleed with Pride? The first one. Yeah.
So in any case, you want anything which is
So we work exclusively upon sex education, menstrual hygiene, and if you have any more questions, you can definitely reach us up on Bleed with Pride.
Okay. So
Yes.
any more questions are there? If there, we can take it out on.
All right. So before we end the call, I think audience can leave, and I'd like to have three of us come on video and take a photograph of today's session.
My camera is not accessible, Vishnu Garu. Sorry for
Okay. Because you put a sticker on that.
yeah.
Okay.
Sticker on that. So unremovable.
Okay. All right. All right then. Anyways, thank you everyone for today's session.
Hope you
Thank
guys
you, Madhu Garu. Thank you, Rupesh Garu.
Thank you so much, Vishnu Garu and Madhu Garu, for
Thank
taking
you.
time out.
And this video will also be available on YouTube.
Yeah, so the channel is Mittal Technologies. I'll just open that also.
Yes.
Just give me a minute. So
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
yeah, it's already online. So live is running on.
And this video will also be. All right.
So this is the path, and this is the place where you can find us. Just if you have liked the content, just put some comments also over here and like and share it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.